Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Bit of a spontaneous one, this one. I've just knocked off work for the afternoon, done a bit of shopping, and I felt like a beer, but I felt like something good. So I'm like, I'll do a review, even though there's probably going to be no one around. But yeah, let's see what happens. So it's by Fox Friday, and they're out of Hobart in Tasmania. It's a double West Coast IPA called Storm Chaser. Very appropriate here at the moment because it's been storming the last couple of days. Yeah, it's 8%, so it's a big boy. And I've got my hashtag proper glassware, one of my favourites at the moment, with old mate. And there's the back of him. So yeah, let's give it a pour. Cheers to Angie, Tater, and Dan. Good to see you. I didn't think there'd be anyone around at this time. So yeah, I've got a couple of lighter beers in the fridge, but I just felt like something decent after work, and I'm like, stuff it. I'll just jump on now, and then I might even do another review later at the time I've been doing them. Because yeah, that when I do them at around 9 or 10 my night, like my time at night, yeah, there tends to be few people around. That's what I want. I want to be able to interact with people while I review beer. So looks pretty cool. So yeah, it's a little bit darker than some of the Westies I've had lately. Still light though. I'd say dark straw, this one, maybe a tinge of orange. It's got about a 2 to 3 finger head. Carbonation's very lively. And I'd say probably a medium body. Yeah, it looks really good. Let's hope it smells and tastes as good. So on the nose, I'm actually getting lemon and lime. Maybe some tangerine. It's a bit different, this one. I reckon there's a touch of apricot. I'm getting some tropical vibes as well. I reckon pineapple. There's a touch of pine, but it's very subtle. To be honest, on the nose, it's not it's not punchy like some of them. You got to really get in there to find something. But yeah, like the first thing I got was lemon and lime. So it's got that sort of zingy, sort of slightly tartish sort of thing. Show his backside. He's got the hairdo I had when I was like probably like early 20s. I reckon as far as the base goes, I'm going to say sort of like a multi-grain bread sort of thing. Slightly biscuity. Maybe a touch of like, it's stretching a bit, but maybe a touch of caramel. But sort of reminds me a bit of the base of like a Vienna lager. Welcome to the gun show. Yeah, let's hope it. I'm sort of hoping it's a bit more punchy in flavour than it is on the nose. I mean, it does smell good, but it's just a little subtle, a little mild, if you may. It's 8%, so it's a big boy. Anyway, let's dig in. And now my dogs are carrying on. so good to be home. I'm exhausted, to be honest. It's Thursday afternoon. I got one more day, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't normally get sore, but for some reason this week I'm really sore. Like just walking home tonight and then carrying groceries and stuff. I was like, I'm fucked. I've had enough. Anyway, I better go in. I can't stop smelling it. I'm trying to find more notes. Anyway, cheers. Orange. Yeah, it's got like a tangerine, nectarine sort of thing going on. Orange, lemon, lime. You're getting a touch of stone fruit, so I reckon it's that apricot. I can hear sirens in the background. They're coming to get me. But yeah, the bitterness is there. It's not sort of like full on, but it lingers. It's quite like a crisp, like sort of start. Mm, it's definitely better on the palate than the nose, but I'm still like maybe expecting a little more. Because yeah, these guys with their Westies lately have been phenomenal. But it feels like it's sort of building. I reckon if anything, the only reason it's like just not blowing me away compared to others, I think they've just got sort of more modern hops. Um, by the look on the can, it looks like it's got a few New Zealand hops. There you've got Mosaic, Simcoe, Motorwecker, Nelson, and that's it, but just different variations of them. Oh, I can't stop burping. ABV. I haven't heard that for a while. The English boys, they used to take the piss out of one of these guys and they'd be like, ABV. Yeah, the ABV is 8. A solid 8. I reckon 8's the money maker. Around there, sort of 8 to 9's awesome, especially with the Westie. Yeah, sometimes when you go too big, like 10 or 11 with the IPA, it gets a bit too like malty and sweet. I mean, some breweries know how to do them right. They get that balance right with other ingredients, but even my beloved mountain culture, when they go triples, they just can't get that balance right. Whereas their doubles like a elite, like world level. Mm. So yeah, it's got that. I don't know, like the flavors and the notes are there, but it's just not like it's not punchy. It's not in your face. That's what I want with the Westie. Like it drinks like yeah. If you get what I mean, like it drinks really well. Like it's tasty, but it's just not like smashing me in the face sort of thing. Like it's just solid. I mean, there'd be a lot of breweries that would brew something like this, and it'd be like one of their best beers. But I know Fox Friday can do better. they're currently they'd be in my top 5 Australian breweries at the moment, and as far as West Coast go, they're number 1. So yeah, I think with this one, I mean, I'm still going to rate it. Like the score, like the drinkability in that, like it's really good, but it's just not as good as others I've had from them. So I think it just comes down to the hop combination, maybe the malt. They've certainly got a good yeast. US 05 is always decent. But yeah, I love with the cans on these. You see them in the shops and like they're all different colours and they just have Fox Friday written in real bold writing. They stand out like it's simple but effective. And yeah, just a basic little logo that looks like a fox head. Pretty cool. It's sort of actually, it looks, I reckon they've made it so it looks like a fox head, but also like Tasmania. I've never really thought of that, but yeah, that would be very accurate. Pretty cool. Born in Tasmania, enjoyed everywhere. I need to get back to their bar. They've got a bar in Melbourne. Yeah. They've normally got really bright colours and that too. Like you'll get like a black can, like the where the navy is, you'll get black and then this big pink writing, like it looks cool. One thing I've never thought of, and you see it like with suits and that, like when dudes wear suits when they go to like horse racing events or shit like that. Navy actually goes all right with like when I've seen people wear like navy with brown, you think that doesn't go well, but it actually goes well together. And like navy and pink and navy and orange. Black goes well with anything pretty much, but you just think with brown and navy, like they only go with certain colours. Anyway, back to the beer. Getting a little sidetracked. I'm definitely glad I drank this one though. Like, I'm just going to finish it. I can't be bothered taking a photo. If I need a photo, I'll just use the one I took for the thumbnail because that's a pretty cool photo. It's like the can just outside with the lemon tree. I still need to find a name for this fella. Maybe I'll call him Jimmy because he's got Fox Friday on his shirt. Foxy lady. Jimmy. Yep, Jimmy, that's sticking. But it's got to be spelled Jimi, like the great man. I'm in that mood this weekend where I'm probably just going to do some random live stream that goes for fucking ages and everyone jumps on. It'll be cool. I want to do that VB thing again. So I reckon I've been sleeping a lot better lately, which is good. So I just got to, as long as I get a decent sleep beforehand and have something to eat, I reckon I'll crush it. I'll do it easy. Norman, Stormin Norman. He's definitely got a little strut going. Like he looks like he's in a hurry. He's got like he's got very small biceps but huge hands. He looks like he's got big calves on him as well. He's sort of oddly shaped, but aren't we all? Cheers, brother. California. Yeah, boy. Good thing with California is, yeah, you guys are like 3 hours behind the East Coast. So sometimes if I go live at this time, it's actually not too bad for you guys. Whereas like East Coast and England and that, they're all asleep. Yeah. No, he's got the 5 o'clock shadow going. Good on him. He wants to grow a nice big beard like yours truly. Yeah, for sure. I'm up for that. I'm always up for doing reviews with people. Just trying to get the same beer. That'd be cool. And yeah, we're always, as part of our community, we're always up for like new people jumping on and yeah, getting involved, jumping on panels, getting to know people. It's good. Good times. What was the last beer you drank? And yeah, whereabouts in Cali are you? Such a massive state. Like you don't have to say the exact location, but just roughly. This is what I've got for after this beer. It's absolute trash, but it was cheap, so I'm going to smash it. Shitty old brew dog. Look at the name. Very original. Hey, we've got our new release. It's called Cold Beer. So yeah, just about finished this bad boy. It's sort of, I don't know, as I've drank more of it, it's got more enjoyable. So it's a bit of a tough one, a confusing one. But yeah, I think it just comes down to the hop combination. I just get that sort of get those Kiwi notes. When I say Kiwi, like New Zealand hop notes. Um, whereas a beer like this, it would have been better with your old school C's. Your Columbus, your Chinook, your Cascade, even Citra. They're all winners. Yeah, like in the one thing I've noticed in the local supermarket, they got heaps of like sort of craft 4 packs for real cheap. Like in Australia, obviously, the prices are fucking ridiculous. Oh, one thing, Angie. I won Beer Man's month last month. Like I can only go to a couple of shows, but I won 2 of the shows. So I won it for the month. And normally he'd send beer, and obviously he can't send it to Australia. He's just worried about like risk and obviously the cost and that as well. Um, yeah, it was pretty cool because he wanted to send me like a voucher for a brewery or like a cash card or something or whatever, and he must have just remembered that Banks are like my favourite Melbourne brewery. So like he just randomly got a gift voucher for me for Banks and like sent me an email. I'm like, that's fucking unreal. Like I didn't even tell him the brewery or anything. He just like it's like he just remembered it. Like because yeah, everyone sort of associates me with mountain culture, but he's obviously just heard me talking about Banks and how like they're probably my favourite Melbourne brewery. So yeah, I ended up stocking up today. Like the voucher he gave me was like pretty minimal, and that's like it was good, but as in like in Australian beer standards, you can't get much for that amount. So that's what I was sort of getting at anyway. It's like just the cost of craft beer and especially just beer in general in Australia. So yeah, like in America, like the amount he gave me in America, you'd probably be able to get an 8-pack of craft. But in Australia, it was only enough for two cans. So yeah, I just ended up just putting it towards it and spent like a heap more money. I got like a 4-pack, and then they had like a Father's Day pack, which had a hoodie, a cap, a stubby holder, and then it had four of 4 different beers. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I got that, and then yeah, the main thing they brought out a new beer. So it's actually an old beer, but they've rebrewed it, and it's one of the best beers I've had in Australia. So when I do the review, I'll shout out Mr. Beerman for his generous donation. Yes. So yeah, that beer was solid. It was good. Like it was, I would say it was nearly great, but it wasn't epic. Um, I think I would give it a 4.3 out of 5. And the reason for the score, positives, um, yeah, really good West Coast, like clean, clear, lingering bitterness. Yeah, citrus notes, a little bit of pine. Yeah, I thought the balance was pretty good. The negatives would be, yeah, just the hop combination. I felt with the Kiwi hops instead of your old school American hops, it just wasn't as sort of punchy and didn't have as much sort of the pine and the resin that I enjoy. And yeah, the malt bill, I prefer more of like your toffee notes, your sort of sweet caramel. Um, yeah, it's more modern day this one, but yeah, still a good beer, but just not as good as other ones they've done. So yeah, 4.4 for the Storm Chaser. And it's amazing because I've had such a big day at work and running on probably 4 cylinders out of 8. I'm quite tired. The 8% 440 ml has gone straight to my head and I feel a little tipsy. It's good times. Yeah, for sure. Great bloke. Love him. Yeah, I thought that was rad of him to do that. Just yeah, it was like he sort of felt bad that he couldn't send me beer. So he's like, "Oh, I'll just yeah, like allow him to be able to get beers of another kind." And yeah, that's where I'll sort of return the favor. And when I do the review, I know it's going to be an awesome review because it's like a rebrew of a beer that's like one of the best banks I've ever done. It's called Citra Fields, and it's just an all Citra double IPA oat cream, and it's like yeah, smooth and creamy. And on the can artwork, it's like I think it might be purple. Anyway, I think it's like purple or blue or pink or something that's got all clouds. It says like, yeah, Citra Fields in like cloudy writing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, like just beers like that in Australia, like your top echelon craft, a 4-pack's normally like $40 to $50. It's just the embarrassment of the Australian government and their taxes. So yeah, I better wrap up this review, even though I want to keep drinking. I was tempted to go live, but there's not going to be anyone around, so it's not worth it. When I say tempted to go live, I am live now, obviously, but as in hangout style. So yes, we'll wrap it up. Yeah, there could possibly be a review later tonight. I'd say there will definitely be one. I'm just not sure. So yeah, it'll roughly be around sort of, I reckon, about 5 hours from now, 5 or 6 hours from now to be the next live review. Yeah, still not sure what beer, but I'll pick one out eventually. Tomorrow speaking of Banks, I'm doing Banks and Range Freaky Friday, where they have swapped beers. So Banks have brewed one of Range's top beers, and Range have brewed one of Banks' top beers, and it's very deceiving to the eye because you're used to seeing it with the particular logo, and then yeah, it's like trippy. It's pretty cool how they've done it, like kept the exact same labels but just changed the brewery on it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely good. Solid Westie. Yeah, cool. The night ones, like the later night ones for me have been good because yeah, there's been more people around, sort of. Yeah, well, that's what it's all about going live when it comes to reviews. You just want like interaction with people, banter, and just yeah, good times. So yeah, thanks for chiming in. We had Angie, craft brew in California, Tater, and Daniel. So yeah, thanks guys, and we will see you on the next. Cheers.